Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M53, M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. This one is located on the defending spawn of Karelia Assault, and it's under the command of Angelina75 of OLIMP, and it's her last attempt to try and win the Weekend Lion. Game on! Okay, this is a Arty that was designed in the 1950s. They actually made the prototype in 1952, and of course it was based on the M47 pattern, which was actually in production at the time. What they did is they took a pattern tank off the production line, a standard pattern tank, at a particular point in the production where they could then take the hull and convert the hull into the M53. Now, the M53 has the 155mm howitzer. This one has got the 8-inch howitzer, which of course is a 203mm. And he's just spotted, or Angelina's just spotted an enemy tank. And oh my god, they've gone to the same spot that I've fired at before. Well, that was her first shot, directly at the spot where the enemy went the last time. Well, it happened to me. I came out into a battle. AMX13F3, I saw a tree go down, that tree specifically, and there was an enemy Arty there, or an enemy tank there. In fact, it was a steering mill, and he knocked the tree down. I knew immediately somebody was there, so I fired a shell, and it hit the target, and wiped out the enemy steering mill with one shot. Well, Angelina's just hit that Gorilla 15 with one shot, but it didn't kill him. Now, Gorilla 15s do not have much armor. In fact, they have virtually nothing at all because it's basically a Panther hull. So when you normally hit the outside of it, you get a penetrating shot and kill most of the crew outright. Now, we just saw two enemy tanks down that end of the map. There was a contender and there was another tank as well. Rounds out. Well, Angelina managed to score there because she got damage of 135, and then she got 372 stun assists because the enemy was stunned when it was wiped out by our teammate in the M46 pattern. Another tank going into the deer pits, a Cobra this time. The enemy seems to be very keen to get into the dip, and in fact, actually, it's a good idea for them to do so. Because if you do get into that dip, then you're much closer to the cap area and you are threatening it. And that means that your teammates have to go in to stop them. Another 128 hit points. And she got more stun assist. And that got her the communications expert working, as well as the concentration skill, which we can see down there. There's the concentration. And there's the communications expert, and that improves her crew's abilities. She's moving about enough to actually enable her to get shots on the enemy without being counter-batteried. If the enemy Arty knows the game long enough, or have been in the game long enough, they would know to look for a specific area of the map to find the enemy Arty, because of course there are very few places you can shoot from to get adequate shots on all the enemy. You can go to certain spots and get good shots. Oh, that was a direct hit for 246 and more stun assist immediately afterwards. Yes, in order to shoot over to the south and to the east, you have to go to that area at the back near the rock. And so you need to move about each time you do fire, because otherwise the enemy is going to work out fairly quickly where you are. Standard reload 40.27 seconds. Angelina's got 32.05. She's lined up on the corner, but she can't see the enemy at the moment. There he is. Now she can put that shell onto him. Rounds out. Direct hit again. 397 hit points this time. She hit the rear of the vehicle, so she's more than likely damaged its engine. Yes, if you want to focus on specific areas of the map, you can go to certain spots. And although it does put you in danger, it also does give you better angles. Specifically, you could go to Grid Square D0, hide under cover of the rock, shooting towards the enemy tanks on the that are actually trying to stop your guys actually getting into the cap area on the other side. And if you're otherwise inclined, if you happen to be on the attacking team, you could also go to grid square K1 and K2 and shoot at the defending team. You actually get fairly good angles on the enemy tanks that are up at, say, A8 or A9 as well. Rounds up. Only 54 hit points from Splash there. You can see that Angelina has had masteries in this RT before. Contender. Now he's moved a fair distance up and he's looking towards our guys just behind the rock, an E900 and a UDAS 0303. Now, can we get a shot onto this guy any second now? Rounds out. Direct hit. And it looks like it hit near the engine deck as well. So I think he's going to be suffering right now. Now remember, only last 10 minutes. We've only got 4 minutes left for the enemy to try and seize our cap. And they're already one tank down. And now Angelina's in a position where she could actually move out from the back of the map here and actually go towards the east side of the map. She's decided not to on this occasion. Gonna give it another shot at that contender who's moving up at the moment. I think she's going to find it increasingly difficult to get a short shell to actually go over the rocks towards the enemy. So she's decided instead, which is a good move, to actually go in this direction, go through the gap and try and stay out of sight of that Shure MV7X. In fact, actually, she's going to try and have a go at him and see if she can get him. She might be able to do it. Oh, before she can even get the shell in there, the Shure MV7X is out the game. And now, the enemy Cobra is getting closer and closer to the cap. But from Angelina moving over this side actually means she's got a better angle on him. It's always good working out where the best place to shoot from might be. We can see that there was an IS-4 up this end on the enemy team. And he's trying to get closer, but he's failing. But Angelina's decided instead she's going to shoot from this area in the dip. So she's protected from the IS-4, but she can still shoot at the enemy. So the Cobra is going to get a nasty surprise. And there's an SMV CC67. Very low hit point. She can kill this guy with a splash. She's fully dialed in, and she fired just as he died. He went down to the ELC M90. And that contender is now her next target. 2-minute warning has been sounded. The contender's going to go down. In fact, yes, it was the E900 that got the kill in the end. And now there's only 5 enemies remaining. Now it appears that they've got a Latstridsvon 120 up on top of the horseshoe, but Angelina's going to see if she can actually get a go at this the enemy tanks the other side, and it appears that it's a very difficult calculation to do, but she might be able to get a shell if they're actually coming a little closer, funnily enough. Now we're into the last minute. Yes, she's got a red line, which means she can't get a shot on them. She's now having a look to see if she can get a shot on these enemy tanks that have suddenly been spotted. The 212A, our ELC M90. Oh, and he's found both enemy SPGs and killed them. So he's got a Pascucci's. But now, Angelina does need to move away from this spot without getting spotted by that Latstridsvon. Can never get that name right, but there's only 2 enemy left. It's the IS-4 and the Lat. So it might be safer just around about here, but we've got 20 seconds left to go. And there's the IS-4, and she has got a shot over in that direction, but we've just lost our teammate. But we might be able to get around into that IS-4. And she might get spotted. Rounds out. Direct hit and kill! Wow! That was amazing! And that is the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first class tanker for Angelina75 of OLIMP in the M53 M55. She managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, she got 11. And her win rate was 2,330, which is good, or very good actually, on that occasion. And let's have a look at the team score. Well, Angelina didn't get the highest damage. The IS-4 she killed right at the end of the game, right at the end. 3,047 hit points went to that guy, and then all of a sudden, a blind hit, and he's out the game right at the end. With only a few seconds to go, he probably felt a bit cheated that he died right at the end, but it was a very good shot indeed. The only one on the enemy team who wasn't spotted was the Latstrasfon, who 120, who actually was still somewhere up on the horseshoe, as far as we can tell. But the enemy M53, M55 got a Confederate, and our ELC M90 got not only a Pascucci's medal, but a Yoshio Tamada's medal as well. And the reason the Yoshio Tamada, well, that's for killing enemy Arty, so at least one tier higher than your own, and killing 2 of them. And he got the M53, M55, and he got the the 212A as well. And they're both tier 9. He's only a little tier 8. So that's how he managed to get this very rare medal, because yes, the Yoshio Tamada is not earned that often. I've got a few, I think, I seem to recall. And there it is. It is a rare medal. And there's the Pascucci's that normally goes with it if you actually do it. I've seen it done with a tier 9 killing tier 10 Arties. But you rarely get tier 10 Arties in a game where they're both tier 10, because they're normally either one tier 10, one tier 9. But on this occasion, it was a tier 9, 2 of them, and the tier 8 got the kills. So very well done to him. When it came to Angelina, managed to get 2,171 hit points. And we can see from the chart that she was actually beaten by 3 members of the enemy team and 3 members of her own team, which makes her 7th when it came to damage. The high scorer was the IS-4, 3,047. The second highest was the the Cobra on the enemy team, 2,952. And the third was the SMV-CC67 with 2,815. When it came to kills, we can see that the top scorer was the Cobra. 4 kills went to him on the enemy team. 3 kills went to the Patton, the Strips 1030, and the ILC M90. And in joint third place, we can see the SMV CC67, 2 kills. So is the IS-4 and the Sharp Future 4. Angelina only got the 1 kill. When it came to base XP, though, she's in third place, because the SMV CC67 managed 1,252. The ELC managed 1,070. They were the only 2 players who managed to make it over 1,000 base. But we can see Angelina got third place with 920. So very well done on that. And I'm sure she scored extremely highly when it came to that last shot, because it was an IS-4, a tier 10 heavy tank that she struck and killed with her tier 9 Arty. So you get 10% extra XP purely for getting that shot in. And so Angelina scored very well with the last shot of the game from her. 11 shots fired, 5 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations at all, but 12 splash. Sorry, my stomach is grumbling at the moment. 2,171 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Angelina killed, damaged 7, killed 1, and 1,580 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. Angelina played on a free-to-play account. She got 6,599 credits profit, and she took away 1,840 experience points out of that game as well. She actually did get stun damage. We'll show that again, yeah. 1,580 off 11 stuns. Her teammates were actually hitting the tanks that she was hitting, and so she was picking up extra. So does this actually mean Angelina wins the Weekend Lion? And the answer to that is yes, right at the last minute. It was a game on Saturday, Angelina did score the win that managed to get her the weekend line on Sunday, and it's Sunday morning right now when I'm doing these videos. So she will have actually had the weekend line by the time that this has actually been published. We can see Talon's Lorraine 39LAM. His game managed to earn him a second class and a bruiser, beaten by Angelina's first class and a bruiser. And even though he managed to get a better win 8, he wasn't able to beat the first class that Angelina put out. So congratulations to Angelina. She's done it again. And Talon, well, you'll have to start again at scratch and see if you can get an ace tanker to actually get your weekend lions straight away. Hope you enjoyed that replay. And if you did, please give it a like and thank you for watching.